There are days that feel like they have no significance. The sun rises, the world turns, and everything seems to follow its usual rhythm. But then there are days that stand out not because of anything extraordinary happening in the grand scheme of things, but because something small, something subtle shifts inside of us. Today was one of those days. It started like any other. I woke up to the sound of my alarm. The warmth of the bed clung to me, unwilling to let go. But I knew it was time. I stretched, rubbed my eyes, and for a moment just lay there thinking about the things that had happened in the past and about the things that were yet to come. I made my usual cup of coffee, the bitter aroma filling the kitchen, and sat down by the window to watch the world outside. The streets were quiet, just the occasional car whizzing by. It wasn't anything special. And yet, as I sat there, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was about to change. A gentle whisper, like a breeze through the trees, brushed against my thoughts. Today is a day. I chuckled softly to myself. What did that even mean? Today is a day. It felt as though the universe was trying to tell me something, but I wasn't sure what. I went through my morning routine, the monotonous tasks that have become second nature. But there was a new energy about it. I was doing everything with a quiet intensity, as though I were preparing for something important, though I couldn't yet name what it was. I left the house and took my usual walk to the bus stop. The same street, the same people going about their business. The same faces, the same routine. But today I looked at everything differently. The leaves on the trees had a sharper green to them, as if they were newly painted by the hand of an artist. The sky above, though overcast, felt alive, pregnant with possibility. The sound of a child laughing in the distance made me pause, and I realized how rare it was to stop and actually hear joy. I caught the bus and, as usual, found a seat by the window. As the city passed by, I saw the everyday sights. The coffee shop on the corner, the old man walking his dog, the young couple huddled together in conversation. But today I found myself paying attention to the details. The way the clouds parted momentarily to let the sun peek through, casting long shadows on the ground. The sound of the bus doors opening and closing with a rhythmic hiss, a sound I had never really noticed before. The bus was crowded, but it felt like I was alone in my thoughts. A strange, peaceful solitude settled over me. It was like I was seeing everything with fresh eyes, like the world was being offered to me for the first time, and I was finally ready to experience it. When I arrived at work, I was surprised by the usual hustle and bustle of the office. People huddled in their little corners, typing away at keyboards, carrying on with their endless meetings and phone calls. But again, something was different today. The noise of the office felt almost distant. I noticed the quiet hum of the fluorescent lights above me, the soft tapping of keys, and the faint murmur of voices from the nearby cubicles. It wasn't that the office was any different, it was that I was different. Today I was fully present, more connected to the moment than I had been in a long time. And then, just as I was settling into my desk, the phone rang. A strange number. I hesitated for a moment and then picked it up. Hello. There was a brief pause on the other end of the line, followed by a voice that sounded both familiar and distant. Hey, it's me. I was wondering if you were free this afternoon. It was Sarah, an old friend from college. We had lost touch over the years, but she was someone who always had a way of making me feel like everything was going to be okay. Sarah, I said, my heart leaping a little at the sound of her voice. I wasn't expecting to hear from you. What's up? I know this is random, but I was thinking about you today and I realized I haven't seen you in ages. Do you want to grab coffee or something? Catch up. I smiled. I'd love that. How about 3 p.m. at our old cafe? Perfect. It's a date. We hung up, and for a moment I sat there in disbelief. What were the odds? I couldn't explain why, but I had the distinct feeling that this small, seemingly insignificant meeting would be one of those moments I would look back on and realize it had changed something in me. My mind kept returning to the thought of meeting Sarah, of reconnecting with someone from my past. When the clock finally struck 3 p.m., I walked to the cafe. It hadn't changed much. The tables still had that same cozy, worn-out feel, and the air smelled faintly of freshly brewed espresso. And then I saw her. Sarah. She hadn't changed either. Her hair was a little longer, her smile a little wider, but she was the same. She waved at me, and suddenly it was like no time had passed at all. We spent hours talking, reminiscing about old times. The world outside the cafe faded away, and for those hours, it was just the two of us, catching up on everything and nothing at the same time. By the time we said our goodbyes, I felt lighter, as though the day had unfolded exactly as it was meant to. I walked home, but this time the streets felt different. The sounds, the sights, the very rhythm of life, they all felt more vibrant, more alive. Today was a day. It wasn't a day marked by extraordinary events or grand achievements. But it was a day where something small, something fleeting changed within me. A conversation with an old friend, a moment of connection, a reminder that sometimes the most significant things are the ones that seem the least important at first. As I lay down to sleep that night, I thought about how strange it is. Some days are ordinary. Some days are extraordinary. But every day is a gift, even the quiet ones. And maybe, just maybe, today was the kind of day that could change everything if you were open enough to see it.